celebrating the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life with Sterling Fox on AM 650.
Welcome back to the program. Our sleep solution experts, Dave Temlett and Terry Harder from Innovative Sleep Solutions in South Surrey, across the street from the South Surrey Auto Mall on King George Highway. Make that King George Boulevard. 31 years in White Rock, guys. Come on, it's still, it's ingrained in my mind. It's King George Highway. The city changed it, but tough on them.
Yeah, I think they probably put a couple of islands down the middle of the road and some trees, so they had to call it a boulevard.
That's right, and confused a whole lot of us.
King George is King George.
That's right, on the King George Boulevard, right across from the South Surrey Auto Mall. Now, guys, you were recently at the Tri-City Home Show over in Port Coquitlam, and had the booth set up, and lots of people came by to shake your hands and ask you questions. So when you're at a home show, and you do this fairly regularly, when you go out, the two of you, you're the main guys, and people know who you are, so they come up to you and go, hi, and then they start asking questions about your product. So what do people want to know at home shows when they come up and shake your hand and start pointing and asking questions, Terry?
Well, the magnet beds really attract a lot of interest at the home shows, Sterling, and they come up and say, well, how does that work? And we explain that they act like little mini heating pads, and they get the blood circulating, and that brings a much more rich nutrient, oxygenated blood flow. And further to that, what happens, it gets, due to the 3D configuration of the magnets, it gets deep into the muscle tissue, and it flushes out any toxins. And toxins are what starts to aggravate nerve endings and are a big part of what causes a lot of pain for people. So if you can reduce this inflammation, and that's partly why we're getting into the adjustable bed business more and more and more through interest from people that are having inflammation issues, that is a huge question that comes up at every home show, as well as questions. We have girls working there at our show, continually opening the cabeza, opening and closing it all day long. They do a real good job of presenting it for us, and that generates a lot of interest at the home shows. Our cabezas, Sterling.
Right, as well. And you mentioned, Dave, that you had quite a great deal of success with the cabeza at the Tri-Cities Home Show. For goodness sake, what is a cabeza? For those who have just tuned us in for the very first time, I know that it's made in British Columbia, as are most of the products on sale at Innovative Sleep Solution. But what is a cabeza?
Cabeza is a cabinet chest that opens up and converts very, very simply, very easily in less than 15 seconds from a cabinet to a extra bed, and they are available in 3 different sizes. So you can get them in either a single, a double, or a queen. Or you can even get a double long. So if you have somebody that doesn't have quite enough space for a queen size, and they have tall sleepers, you can get an extra long mattress in a double size. That's part of the cabeza as well. So there's quite a few different options. They manufacture them locally, as you mentioned. They're built in Surrey. It's all real wood, no particle board or veneers used. It's all high-grade plywood, BC lumber. It's not imported offshore, as many of the products are out there. So it really does go great to promoting the local economy. And furthermore, they use the customer's choice of either pine or oak or maple. Now, we typically sell mostly maple and oak. And the pine is a little bit of a softer wood, but some people like the rustic look. And we seem to have the best selection and the best prices in the marketplace on them, and quite frankly, we will not be undersold.
Okay, and what sort of mattresses go in a cabeza,
That's
Dave?
a great question. It's what they call a tri-fold mattress, so it folds up into 3 sections. Unlike a sofa bed, you don't feel the ridges in the middle, the gaps. You don't have a bar underneath you. They're very, very comfortable. The mattress
I'm wincing because I can remember sleeping on a sofa bed, the pull-out kind.
Yes.
And there's a big wow in the middle.
Yeah.
Because the last one I was on was a little old, and you could actually feel the bar under the very thin mattress that was involved. It was not a good night's sleep.
Well, these are great because they really are quite comfortable. And the great thing about the products that we carry, again, we're very innovative. It ties into our name and what we're trying to do, be different than every other company out there. So these products are they're similar ideas to the beds out in the marketplace by other manufacturers. This one is made exclusively for us with the mattress that is double-sided. So it has a firm mattress on one side. If the customer wants a softer feel, you flip it over and you sleep on the other side.
Right.
The great thing about that is that the mattress as well is made with certified organic, beg your pardon, it's CertaPure memory foam on it.
Right. Okay. Terry, I want to go back to the magnet beds that people were very curious and came up to you and asked about. Now, I remember the first conversation you and Dave and I had about this whole business of the magnets. I was pretty skeptical. And I would imagine when you're in public like that, schmoozing with the folks, more than a few people come up and go, magnet beds. Yeah, right. And are more than a little skeptical. So how do you deal with it?
Do you guys sell snake oil too?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, because it really does sound a little far-fetched until you actually pay attention to the details.
Well, we love it when they ask us that because quite often what they're thinking is, well, geez, can I feel the magnets? And when we explain they're strategically placed 1 inch below the surface.
See, that was the first thing I worried about, too. The lumpy little tin magnets are going to be interrupting my night's sleep. No. Of course, they're buried into the mattress.
That's
you
right.
Don't feel them.
Enough that you get the benefit of what the 3D configuration of the magnets offer without any of the problems that typical spring mattresses have with pressure points and other issues.
And the other thing I found out, because I've had a chance to check out, I've been down to the store, had a chance to check out the BioFlex products, all of which contain these magnets. It's not like a steel magnet. It's flexible. It's metallic in nature, but it's soft and it's flexible. So there's no discomfort involved. That would be, I guess, the first thing that people would want to know about, Terry. How uncomfortable are these things to sleep on?
That's true. And then when I mention about the small little heating pads, people get the idea they're going to sleep warm. They don't, but that is warming the blood. It's getting the circulation, but that's not as if your whole body is feeling warm sleeping on them. And that is something that is very healthy to get your blood circulating because, as I mentioned, that's bringing a rich, nutrient oxygenated blood flow, getting deep into your muscle tissue. And a major side benefit of that is elimination of inflammation. So they really do accelerate healing by improving circulation and reducing inflation.
New study here. Always love having ammunition when you guys show up because, well, then there's sleep is something that we're just more and more often paying more and more attention to, given the nature of sleep to good health. Here's a new study out of New York University, and this one talks about, you were just talking about inflammation, Terry, and the whole matter of the magnet bed and how it assists in inflammation. Well, according to the folks at New York University, sleep in and of itself, Dave, is beneficial for curbing inflammation because the well-rested body produces hormones that are healthier than sleep-deprived people. It's just easier to reduce inflammation if you're better rested. If you're sleep-deprived, your body can't heal itself, I guess is the short way of analyzing the results.
Well, that's right. And the one thing that we haven't mentioned so far in this program, too, is that these magnets are not just a regular, like a refrigerator-type magnet. These are actually medical magnets that are designed specifically for human use. It's the only magnet manufactured that is designed specifically for human medical use. So they're registered with Health Canada as a medical device, also registered with the FDA in the United States as a medical device.
Right.
So it's not just one organization that has determined these are appropriate medical devices. The studies are going back; they date back all the way to 1986 when the BioFlex medical magnets were actually introduced into the marketplace.
Right.
So now they're using them in these Restonic beds. And my wife and I sleep on one. They're a phenomenal product. Highly recommend them. It's not like snake oil. They really do work, and they're phenomenal for people that suffer from diabetes, fibromyalgia, arthritis, recuperating from car accidents, and so on and so on. Aches and pains, you name it.
Again, going back to what Terry was saying, it's the ability of the magnet to activate the blood and create a healthier blood flow, I guess, for lack of a better medical way of describing it, Terry.
Absolutely, Sterling. We just had a lady yesterday purchase one. She had all those ailments. She tried our latex beds, she tried spring beds, and she came back a second time to our medical magnet bed and said, this is a one for me. First visit, she just saw the benefit of it right away. It made sense to her. She came in with multiple needs, and we're excited to be delivering that this Thursday to her. So she's only got 2 more sleeps on her old bed that's not working for her, Tuesday and Wednesday night.
You know, it's like when you're a kid, you start counting sleeps to the big day. A new mattress is a big day, especially if you haven't had a good sleep in a long time.
It is, for sure.
So, Dave, talking about these mattresses that are the biomagnetic mattress, talk to us about the difference between a mattress and a mattress top that contains the magnets as well. Why would one go for one versus the other?
Well, a lot of people have a bed that is still, there's nothing wrong with it.
So I see.
You
Okay.
don't need to replace the current mattress, and they have the BioFlex toppers, as you're mentioning, and they will have the same magnets in them that give you the same benefit, but they actually lay on top of your current mattress.
Oh, okay. So if you're not unhappy with the current mattress, you're just not getting enough benefit health-wise from it, you can buy a mattress topper that will take care of that.
True.
Interesting. And there are other, and I know this because I've been to the store, friends. Terry, talk to us about the other magnetic products at Innovative Sleep Solutions that you have from the same people that make the mattresses.
Absolutely. We actually, at the home show, we had some people buy some neck collars because they've had whiplash injuries and a lot of issues, and they're very interested in the bed. Although the show is in Coquitlam, so it's a bit of a trek for them to come out to South Surrey. Although a very nice drive, and he said he'd bring his wife out for a walk on the beach in White Rock and have some lunch, and then he said he'd stop in, but he wanted to try one of the products, and that quite often is where it starts.
Sure.
As you purchase a neck collar or a knee stabilizer or a back support or a flex pad or a wrist splint or a ankle
each of
support.
which contain magnets of one description or another.
That is it.
Right.
And they get the benefit of this, again, these small little heating pads improving the circulation, and they start to notice some pain relief benefits, and they think, geez, I wonder what this can do to my 6, 7, 8 hours of sleep. And they're in the store, and before you know it, not only are they in less pain during the day, but they're sleeping more soundly throughout the night.
Right, and I described the magnets as being possibly several types. They're not several types. What I meant to say, Dave, was there are, on some of those devices that Terry was describing, there'll be 2 magnets. In others, there'll be 3 or 4. So it's the same magnet and the same effect. There's just more of them in some of these wraps and other supporting devices.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, we sell quite a few of them, Sterling. There's and most of the products we actually have in stock, so the customer can come in and actually try them, see how they fit on, and they can take it right with them.
It's unfair and unreasonable to expect, if I was to go into the store, as I have done, and lie down on one of these nifty BioFlex mattresses. I prefer the firm variety myself. But it would be unreasonable, though, to just lie down and then, okay, I'm waiting. When's it going to happen? When do I start feeling the warmth? Anytime now. And you're like looking at your watch or whatever. That's just not fair, is it? It's not that radical a platform that your body's going to start tingling as soon as you lie down.
That's correct, because obviously it has to allow the penetration of the magnetic field deep into the tissues before you start noticing it.
Right.
Typically, some people tell me they'll notice it within 5 minutes. Typically, I would say probably 20 to 25 minutes is the norm for people to start feeling a slight warming sensation.
Okay.
And that is the immediate response of the blood circulating.
And that's all it is, too. It's just
that's all it is.
It just the magnets sort of energize the blood flow.
Exactly.
Interesting stuff. We need to take a quick break here. Our guys in studio, Dave Temlett and Terry Harder, are our sleep solution experts from Innovative Sleep Solutions in South Surrey, across from the Surrey Auto Mall on King George Boulevard. The address there is 3033 King George Boulevard. We're back with lots more here on Boomer Life after this quick time out.
It's all about the baby boomer lifestyle. Boomer Life on AM 650.